Alright, what's up everybody? Coming to y'all from the most chillaxing porch corner you've ever seen. Got my laptop out here. This is a video for my subscriber of mine, Elvis Mendoza 150, asked me a little while back to make this video. I told him I had some videos in line. I get right on his, I put his in line. He asked me to make a video on potassium and how it helps or the effects it has on blood pressure. So here the video is to help him. Y'all have any kind of videos y'all want me to make a specific topic on, comment down below. I'll throw yours in line as well. Alright, so got the laptop out here, just took a bunch of notes, and a lot of the things are pretty much the same and so overwhelmingly beneficial. So there's a couple points that you want to interchange. And I'll also tell y'all kind of how I get my potassium in, what I recommend, also just for staying healthy as well and keeping your immune system up, and a good way to keep your potassium and sodium levels balanced. And I'll also be telling y'all I found out what the recommended daily potassium intake is. Thanks a lot for subscribing though, Elvis, and I appreciate you commenting on the videos, and appreciate you asking questions as well. So we're going to get into it here. And again, as I always do, if you want the notes, email me or comment down below with your email, and I'll email you the notes telling me that you want the notes. I'll email you this whole Word document with all the links and notes I took. Alrighty. The mineral is classified as an electrolyte because it's highly reactive in water. When dissolved in water, it produces positively charged ions. Talking about potassium. This special property allows it to conduct electricity, which is important for many processes throughout the body. Hopefully these birds aren't too loud, but it sounds like I'm in the damn Amazon rainforest out here. Absolutely beautiful day. It's like 70. Absolutely amazing. Interestingly, a potassium-rich diet is linked to many powerful health benefits. It may help reduce blood pressure and water retention, which is good if you're trying to get lean and look lean. Protect against stroke and help prevent osteoporosis and kidney stones. And there's 4 links for that one. Potassium helps regulate muscle and heart contractions. Can't forget about the most important muscle, the heart. Why potassium helps lower blood pressure? Potassium is a key mineral that the body relies on heavily to function properly. It helps to lower blood pressure by balancing out the negative effects of salt. Your kidneys help to control your blood pressure by controlling the amount of fluid stored in your body. The more fluid, the higher your blood pressure. Your kidneys do this by filtering your blood and sucking out the extra fluid, which it then stores in your bladder as urine. This process uses a delicate balance of sodium and potassium to pull the water across a wall of cells from the bloodstream into a collecting channel that leads to the bladder. Eating salt raises the amount of sodium in your bloodstream and wrecks the delicate balance, reducing the ability of your kidneys to remove the water. By eating more fruit and vegetables, you will increase your potassium levels and help to restore the delicate balance. This will help your kidneys to work more efficiently and help to lower your blood pressure to eat a healthy level. However, it is possible to have too much of a good thing. To make sure that you don't overdose on potassium, it is best to get your daily potassium from natural sources, fruit, vegetables, and other foods, and avoid taking supplements. Potassium lesions and effects of sodium. The more potassium you eat, the more sodium you lose through urine. Potassium also helps you to ease tension in your blood vessel walls, which helps further lower blood pressure. Increasing potassium through diet is recommended in adults and blood pressure above 120/80 who are otherwise unhealthy. Potassium can be harmful in patients with kidney disease, any condition that affects how the body handles potassium, or those who take certain medications. The decision of whether to take excess potassium should be discussed with your doctor. Now, I believe this is talking about supplementation, not just in the diet. The recommended intake for potassium intake for an average adult is 4,700 milligrams per day. Many of the elements of the Dietary approaches to stop hypertension. diet. Fruits, vegetables, fat-free or low-fat, 1%, dairy foods, and fish are good natural sources of potassium. For example, a medium banana has about 420 milligrams of potassium, and half a cup of plain mashed sweet potatoes has 475 milligrams. Other potassium-rich foods include apricots and apricot juice, avocados, cantaloupe, and honeydew melon. Fat-free or low-fat, 1%, in parentheses there, milk, fat-free yogurt, grapefruit and grapefruit juice. Talk to your healthcare provider if you're taking a cholesterol-lowering drug. Greens, halibut, that's a fish, lima beans, molasses, mushrooms, oranges and orange juice, peas, potatoes, prunes and prune juice, raisins and dates, spinach, tomato juice and tomato sauce, tuna. Potassium is only one component of a well-rounded plan for blood pressure health. Even though potassium can lessen the blood pressure raising effects of sodium, eating more potassium should be combined with your efforts to break up with that excess salt and develop other healthy eating and lifestyle habits. Too much potassium can be harmful in people with kidney disorders. As kidneys become less able to remove potassium from the blood, too much potassium may build up. Hypertension or abnormally high blood pressure is one of the most commonly prevalent chronic diseases. It is therefore also a public health problem. As per the Centers for Disease Control, or CDC, prevalence of hypertension among U.S. adults aged 18 and over was as high as 29.1% in 2011-2012. Globally, the overall prevalence of raised blood pressure in adults aged 25 and over was around 40% in 2008. That's horrible. Persistently high blood pressure has grave consequences, leading to an increased risk of stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, etc. Treatment of high blood pressure is an ever-evolving field, an endeavor that started about a century ago. Higher blood pressure could increase risk of heart and vascular disease. For the average American adult, the recommended dietary intake of potassium is 4.7 grams a day. However, the average American adult only consumes 2.2 grams of potassium per day. If your blood pressure is over 120/80 and you have healthy kidneys, metabolize potassium normally, and are not taking any medications that interact with potassium, it is especially important to increase your intake of potassium-rich foods. Eating a diet rich in potassium helps the blood to excrete sodium in the urine, which in turn helps to decrease blood pressure. Other important functions of potassium include building protein and muscle, metabolizing carbohydrates, aiding with growth, controlling the heart's electric signals, and maintaining the acid-base balance of the body. The DASH diet is the one I talked about earlier, is one approach that can help you increase your potassium intake and improve your blood pressure. DASH stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, and it is a dietary pattern that is low in sodium, high in potassium, and mostly plant-based. It has been shown in many medical studies to effectively lower blood pressure. Here are 5 ways to boost your potassium intake. Focus on fruit and vegetables. Now, like these little 5 points here on the link I got them from, there's like a whole paragraph under each, so you could, if you want these notes, again, you could visit this page and read in more in depth. But number 1, focus on fruits and vegetables. Number 2, include some beans. Number 3, incorporate nuts and seeds. Number 4, potassium in your protein. Number 5, go for some whole grains. I think the potassium in your protein might have been about the yogurt or like low fat dairy. I'm not 100% sure though. That's why I'm saying you could go to the link and read more into it if you want. When it comes to fighting high blood pressure, the average American diet delivers too much sodium and too little potassium. And eating to reverse this imbalance could prevent or control high blood pressure and translate into fewer heart attacks, strokes, and deaths from heart disease. Normal body levels of potassium are important for muscle function. Potassium relaxes the walls of blood vessels, lowering blood pressure and protecting against muscle cramping. A number of studies have shown an association between low potassium intake and increased blood pressure and higher risk of stroke. On the flip side, people who already have high blood pressure can significantly lower their systolic, which is the top number of blood pressure, by increasing their potassium intake when they choose to eat healthy foods. Bananas, about 425 milligrams of potassium in a medium-sized one, are often held up as the poster child for potassium, but there are better sources. Just wanted to put that in there. I listed some sources earlier. Sodium and potassium, which are very similar chemically, join forces in a sodium-potassium pump in your body, which moves sodium out of the cell and potassium into the cell. Berman writes, this process is essential to cell function and energy production. Whole foods are the best sources of potassium, and avoiding packaged and processed foods is the best way to lower your sodium intake. And I pretty much preach that with any micronutrient. Just get it from whole foods. It's going to be the best for you. During exercise, this is a good one here. During exercise, potassium plays two crucial roles in the form of sweat and the processing of glycogen. Sweating. When you sweat, you lose several electrolytes including sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. You do lose other electrolytes like magnesium, calcium, and potassium in your sweat, but in much smaller volumes. So that's all for the notes. So I researched the sweat, how much you lost in your sweat individually there, and that's a big one because when you sweat, you're losing more sodium. So with that being said, you can have more sodium in your diet if you're sweating more. That is something I implement myself. Like if I know I'm eating, like during the summertime when I lift, I like the fans off. I like to get super sweaty. That's just super healthy function for your body. I like to get my sweat on really well, and then I'll implement more like some pink Himalayan sea salt, which have health benefits to that too. So it's about the sources of the sodium too. If you're getting sodium from like packaged foods and stuff, which is garbage, but you can be getting sodium from like pink Himalayan sea salt. Like iodine's actually a very important compound. Iodine's a very important compound as well. So it's not that salt's 100% bad for you, but like it says, the American diet is way more higher in sodium, and like even the bread I eat has a decent amount of sodium in it. But I sweat a good bit. And I eat a ton of potassium too, so I'm not really worried about the excess sodium. And it's really only during the winter that I don't sweat as much. And I know during the summer I'm sweating like crazy, like intentionally. And then I still, have very high levels of potassium. Now, what I said, like I recommend for this, basically my diet has kind of just been 2 meals here recently. But if I'm eating 2-3 meals, whatever. Even if you're doing the 1 meal a day like I did for a long time when I was cutting, I'm bulking now is why I've switched off. So I'm just going to use multiple meals as an example, because if you're eating 1 meal, obviously you want to make sure you're eating your vegetables and fruits and all that in 1 meal. So a decent amount too to offset the sodium. But I'm just going to use 3 meals as an example because that's what most people do. For breakfast, eat whatever you're going to eat. Good protein, whatever, good carbs, good fats. And then I always throw in bananas, or a lot of times the first meal I'll eat like spinach or kale and carrots and stuff like that. And normally everything I eat is 99.9999% of the time, if I'm on my regular schedule, and even when I'm not, it's whole foods. I try to go whole foods as much as I possibly can because of the health benefits I've seen from it in my life. I'm saying? I'm trying to make my body the most optimal. Basically fruits and vegetables almost at basically every meal. Bananas or apples or some kind of fruit, and I do a lot of dairy too. At every meal, that's going to keep your potassium levels high, and it's going to ensure that your immune system actually stays high as well, because you're constantly giving your body that vitamin C as well as the potassium. Like I said, I listed all the other foods that are high in potassium as well, so you could be incorporating at least one source of high potassium per meal, and it's that simple. So that's it for the video. Elvis Mendoza 150. Appreciate the question. Hope this helps other people. Hope this helps you, and hope this helps other people as well. My camera's flashing. It's about to run out of time here. So if you have any questions, again, pop them down in the description. I'll get right on the video for you. Appreciate everybody who's been subscribing recently, watching the videos. It means the world to me. Another Juicier by the Day will be coming here before long. I'm actually backed up quite a few videos. I've been working a lot on my clothing brand. 4th link in the bio if you want to check that out. It's like outdoors and type brand and stuff, but men and women. But I've got a lot of videos filmed, and then I got a bajillion ideas to come. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't ever think just because I take a little break I'm not posting frequently. I'm never going to stop posting YouTube videos ever. So don't unsubscribe or anything if you see me not post quite as frequently. They're always going to be coming. I hate taking long periods of time not posting. So, and just it was kind of a bad time, and I worked a lot, and then the video I did took me like insanely long. So it was kind of bad timing for both of them. But again, I hope this helps, man. If you got any more questions, if you wanted to hear any other topics, let me know. It means the world to me that you subscribed, and same thing to everybody else. The channel's been growing as fast as ever. I always say that because it's always true. I believe I gained like 4 subscribers yesterday or something like that. So freaking dope. I mean, it means the world to me. And again, tell me why you subscribe. Like a lady, I can't remember your name right now, I'm sorry. let me tell you. Let me just get your name too. And if you don't want me to say your name when you comment, like if you want a question asked, just tell me you don't want your name mentioned. I won't mention your name if you don't for whatever reason. Christina Gibson, so she said she likes my grocery videos and my herbal tea reviews. So, you know, I told her I haven't been doing as many because I've been bulking, but you know, I went to the grocery store that night or the next day and I bought some more herbal teas to do a review because I know she enjoys that. So I'm gonna, you know, be doing more to give her that value that what she enjoys, you know. So if y'all tell me what y'all enjoy, if y'all like certain styles of video more, I'm gonna tailor them more towards y'all because y'all are my audience and I want to give y'all videos y'all can draw something positive from, something, you know, that y'all enjoy, you know what I'm saying, something that y'all like, that y'all want to see. So, and I always have the videos in there I'm just got out of my brain too that I'm hoping will help people as well, or inspire, or just motivate, or entertain, or any kind of positive form you can get out of my videos. That's what it's all about here. Anyway, that's it for the video. I'll see y'all in the next one. Stab, stay healthy. I flex up anyway, baby. Don't matter if I got shirts on or not. See y'all in the next one. Go make y'all some gains. I don't know if I said stab, stay healthy. Go make y'all some gains. Peace out.